Alright, let's be honest. How many of you have ever said, I suck at math? Come on, raise your hand. Don't worry, no one's watching, except me. Well, here's the thing. Saying you're bad at math is like saying you're bad at swimming when you've never even dipped a toe in the pool. You're not bad. You're just unpracticed. And guess what? Math is one of those things that anyone can get better at with the right mindset and approach. Today, I'm going to show you that becoming good at math is not only possible, it's way easier than your frustrated, calculator-throwing self might think. By the end of this video, you'll not only have a clear game plan to tackle math, but you'll also stop breaking into a sweat every time someone mentions quadratic equations. Trust me, we've got this. Why math feels like a villain in your life? Before we jump in, let's address the elephant in the room, or should I say, the equation in the room. Why does math feel so evil? Like, genuinely, who decided to put letters in it? X and Y should have just stayed in the alphabet where they belong. The problem is, most of us grew up thinking math was some exclusive club for geniuses with glasses thicker than a textbook. But here's the truth. Math isn't about being a genius. It's about practice. Nobody wakes up one day knowing how to factorize polynomials. It's something you learn over time, like riding a bike or figuring out how to assemble IKEA furniture without crying. And let's not even get started on math teachers who acted like "you'll use this in real life" was a motivational speech. Spoiler alert, no one has ever asked me to find the hypotenuse of a sandwich. So, how do you get good at math without feeling like you need a PhD in wizardry? Here's the game plan. 1. How to fix your mindset. Because math isn't out to get you, I promise. 2. The art of mastering the basics, aka building your math muscle one problem at a time. 3. How to practice in a way that doesn't make you want to throw your textbook out the window. 4. Turning math into something fun and relatable. Yes, it's possible. 5. How to track your progress so you actually see results. Alright, grab a snack and let's dive in. This is going to be fun. Well, as fun as math can be without confetti. Step 1. Fix your math mindset. Okay, first things first, let's talk about your mindset. Because if you go into this thinking, I'll never get it, then you won't. Math isn't magic, it's just patterns and logic. It's like solving a puzzle, except the pieces don't come pre-shaped, and sometimes they bite back. Here's the deal. Your brain is actually wired to learn. It's called neuroplasticity, which is just a fancy way of saying your brain can adapt and grow. So every time you solve a problem, even if it's as basic as 2 plus 2, you're training your brain to get better. Think of it like leveling up in a video game, except instead of defeating dragons, you're defeating decimals. Pro tip: next time you catch yourself saying, "I'm bad at math," replace it with, "I'm still learning math." It's like giving yourself a mental high five instead of a slap. Step 2. The basics are your BFFs. Imagine trying to bake a cake without knowing how to crack an egg. That's what it's like trying to learn advanced math without mastering the basics first. The basics are your ride or die. They're there for you in every equation, every problem, every headache-inducing word problem. Here's what you should focus on. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Yes, all the boring stuff. Fractions and decimals, aka the villains of middle school. Basic algebra, because X isn't going to solve itself. The trick here is repetition. And before you roll your eyes, hear me out. Repetition doesn't have to be boring. There are so many apps and games out there that make practicing the basics feel like you're playing Candy Crush. Except instead of crushing candies, you're crushing your fear of fractions. Pro tip: spend 10 minutes a day on the basics. Just 10 minutes. You can totally spare that. You've spent longer deciding what to watch on Netflix. Step 3. Practice smarter, not longer. Let's be real. Practicing math can feel like trying to climb Mount Everest without a Sherpa. But here's the thing. Most people don't struggle with math because they're bad at it. They struggle because they're practicing the wrong way. Here's how to practice smarter. 1. Understand the problem. Don't just jump straight to solving it. Take a second to actually read it. Yes, even if it's one of those word problems about trains leaving stations. 2. Break it down. If the problem looks like it's written in a foreign language, split it into smaller, more manageable steps. Baby steps, my friend. 3. Ask yourself, why? Don't just memorize formulas. Try to understand why they work. Math is way less scary when it starts making sense. Pro tip: talk yourself through the problem out loud. Yes, you'll sound a little crazy, but explaining it to yourself helps your brain process the steps better. Step 4. Make math fun. No, seriously. I know what you're thinking. Fun? Math? Did I click on the wrong video? But hear me out. Math is like that one friend who seems boring at first, but turns out to be surprisingly cool once you get to know them. Start by connecting math to stuff you actually care about. Love sports, dive into stats, obsessed with cooking, practice with measurements, into gaming, learn about probabilities. And if all else fails, turn it into a game. There are tons of apps out there that turn solving equations into a full-on adventure. Think of it as brain training, but with less pressure and more points. Pro tip: reward yourself for solving problems. Solve 5 equations, eat a cookie. Solve 10 equations, eat 2 cookies. Solve 20 equations. Well, you get the idea. Step 5. Track your wins. Let's be honest. Half the fun of improving at anything is seeing how far you've come. Math is no different. Tracking your progress isn't just about grades or test scores. It's about noticing those little wins that prove you're getting better. Here's how to do it. 1. Keep a math journal. Write down the types of problems you're solving and note the ones you struggled with. A few weeks later, go back to those same problems and try them again. You'll be amazed at how much easier they feel. 2. Celebrate milestones. Did you finally understand fractions after years of avoiding them like the plague? Treat yourself. Mastered long division? Time to brag a little. 3. Track time spent. Sometimes, progress isn't about solving harder problems, but about solving the same problems faster. Keep an eye on how much quicker you're solving things. It's like speed-running math. 4. Make a wins board. Whether it's a physical corkboard or a digital app, log your victories, big or small. Finished a tricky assignment? Tack it up there. Overcame your fear of decimals? That's board-worthy too. Pro tip: remember, math is a journey, not a sprint. Every step forward is a win, even if it's tiny. Be patient with yourself. You're building skills that will last a lifetime. Final pep talk: keep going. Look, I get it. Math can feel like that one subject designed to make you question everything, including your sanity. But here's the thing. You're way more capable than you give yourself credit for. Every time you sit down to solve a problem, you're proving that you're willing to learn and grow, and that's huge. So next time you're staring at an equation that looks like it came out of a sci-fi novel, just take a deep breath and remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about showing up, trying, and getting a little better every day. You've got this. I believe in you. And hey, if you ever need a reminder that math isn't as scary as it seems, just come back to this video and we'll tackle it together. Alright, that's it for today's video. I hope you're feeling a little more confident and maybe even a little excited about tackling math. Remember, it's not about being a math genius. It's about taking it one step at a time and having fun with it. If you found this helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more tips on learning and improving every day. Until next time, keep practicing, keep smiling, and remember, you're smarter than you think. See you in the next video.